Let's talk about Mata Nui, a legacy Bionicle character and a phenomenal little set. I want to specifically highlight the pieces that come in this set and the ways that you could use them to build your own creations. We'll also check out a few revamps of the character and just talk about why this set is the best. Let's dive in. This was the set that got me back into Bionicle. You see, in 2008, when the Mystica era ended, the Bionicle comics reached a very climactic point. The Toa had won. They returned victorious. They finally did it. They'd awakened Mata Nui. Their mission was complete, their destiny fulfilled. But somehow, Makuta returned. And he took over Mata Nui's body, trapped him inside the Mask of Life, and shot it out into space. Makuta had won. The issue of the comic ended saying that a new universe and a new story would take its place. As a kid, I was shocked and I was upset. The good guys lost, and the evil Makuta had won? No, you can't just end the story that I've followed for years like that. You can't just cast aside that universe and start a brand new one, while you leave my friends and heroes in the dust, in defeat. No! Then I saw teasers for this new world and all these new characters, and I was mad. What happened to the old world, the old characters? So I took a break from Bionicle. I didn't want any of this if it wasn't continuing the original story. Although maybe I should have paid attention to the point in the comic where Mata Nui said, "I will return." Because he did return. The second wave of sets in 2009 showed Mata Nui himself alongside all sorts of other cool new characters. And suddenly I was back on board. I at first thought this new world and these new characters had nothing to do with the old one. They were separate. No, they were one and the same. As soon as I realized that these worlds were colliding in a final battle, I was back, baby. And I started to fall in love with the world of Barra Magna and all of these cool characters that at first I was iffy about. My love for Bionicle burned bright once again. And it was all because we finally had a physical representation of Mata Nui, a character we'd heard of for 9 odd years, but never had a toy of. I needed to buy him, and so I did. And he was awesome. Look at this exceptional mask. It's a different size and a different color to the official gold or silver Mask of Life. But the smaller, cuter size, it's refreshing. I love his Keytorange color scheme, and these shoulders are just perfection. Why are they perfection? Well, Mata Nui is a character of legacy. He's the Great Spirit. He's the guardian of the entire Matoran universe. He's the best. And there's just something about these pieces for shoulder armor that feels so cosmic, so regal, and so grand. It fits this character perfectly. And I always saw these as a bit of a callback to the 3 Virtues Bionicle logo that had been present in the theme since its birth. Yeah, his weapon even kind of looks like the logo too. I love how much of the Bionicle iconography was just distilled into this design. It makes it feel so special, so important. Owning this toy, it felt like you'd found the Holy Grail. You'd obtained some kind of rare treasure. It was so exciting. It's still exciting. And the pieces that come in this set, well, they're very, very useful if you're building your own creations. Let's see how you could use them to build your next mock. Mata Nui comes with 2 of these upper leg armor pieces. Kotorak uses them in a couple creative ways. We can see 2 up top here for shoulder pads, and then 1 down below on the torso. Yeah, these work really well to create some kind of like nice, stocky looking armor. And hot dang, Keytorange mixed in with teal, brown, and dark bluish grey, that is a beautiful color scheme. Patron also uses this part, we can see it working very well here, for elbow pads. And don't they just pair perfectly with some of these bright light orange CCBS armor pieces? Together like this, they make for some incredible looking gauntlets. We can also see the leg design here is using this piece. These wonderful shin guards, we get some of them in this set, and I think they're some of the most versatile pieces ever. Dirty Dan Richards uses them for shoulder armor, as well as for knee armor. The way that these parts just flare out on the sides, it's so dynamic and it's so stylish. It fits in well with this kind of party rock vibe that the character has. Otherwise, you could use these pieces like Socket and Ball Torture has done here, placing them on the legs. I mean, it's literally the same way that we see it on the set. But despite its simplicity, it's a really sick design. The Keytorange color of these parts, they also pair quite nicely with the silver of this color scheme. Mata Nui's mask is used in this revamp here of Matoro that was built by Loaf Builds. There's another very pivotal moment in the Bionicle storyline, when Matoro puts on this mask and valiantly sacrifices himself. Now, Loaf Builds was meant to use the gold Mask of Life on this mock. Funnily enough, it was the gold mask that I traded with him at Brick Fair. But as you can see in this image, it's just such a big mask. So sadly I did not see my specific Mask of Life being worn by this incredible MOC. Although I, in the end, think that was actually a good idea. The size of this fits the body so much better. You know, getting this mask in multiple different sizes and colors, it's so ideal for MOC builders. Now, how could you use these shoulder pieces here on a MOC? Well, Matt Goldberg uses them on a MOC called Leviathan King Plaglius, and he uses this piece down here for some fins. They do have a surprisingly aquatic look to them. How sick is that? Otherwise, you could use the silver ones in the same way that Ocean Brick Bionicle has done here. They've simply just rebuilt Toa Mata Nui, but in silver. Now, you see, the official Toa Mata Nui set, this is a very, very expensive set. And pieces like these yellow shield parts, and also that gold Mask of Life, pieces that are exclusive to this set, they cost so much money. But the silver versions of these pieces, they're much cheaper. So if you do want to own this legacy set, but you don't want to pay thousands of dollars to buy it, just remake it in silver. It's going to be way cheaper and you essentially get the exact same set, for the most part. Or if you want, you could use these pieces to rebuild that Unity, Duty, Destiny logo that we were talking about before, much like Dylan Meaves has done here. Using Bionicle parts to build an art piece that you could have on your desk or displayed in your room, that's dope. A very original and creative way of using these pieces. So that's some ways that you could use the parts that come in this wonderful set. Now, let's check out some revamps of Mata Nui. The very first revamp is built by Babylego Hanui, and my word, this is beautiful. Introducing some gold into the color scheme feels so appropriate. I think it fits the character very, very well. This new shield weapon is also very nice. It's similar to the first one that came on the set, but it spices things up a bit by using a few G2 weapon pieces. Actually, a lot of different G2 pieces have been introduced on this MOC. They pair rather nicely with some of these classic parts. Frenezj gives us a more toned down revamp of Mata Nui. Well, actually, it's not a revamp at all, it's exactly the same as the set, but the weapons are different. They've built these to resemble how they look in the Legend Reborn Bionicle movie. Mata Nui's shield has this purple on it because it can change into Click, his cute little bug friend. And also in the movie he has this blade. As you can see in these stills, it has a rather interesting curve to it. And using a Visorak pincer piece here, that's such a great way to represent that. Lovely stuff. And if you want to build these weapons yourself, there are actually instructions for them on Instagram. Go and check them out in the links in the description below. And finally, Vara has built Knight Mata Nui. Oh, this is incredible. The shaping and the detail on this armor. It kind of looks a bit like a transformer or something. Well, half transformer, half knight. It's exquisite. Yeah, knight-like armor with dark bluish grey details incorporated below. It's kind of the perfect look for Mata Nui. A brown cape is also a very unexpected surprise, but one that complements him perfectly. This might just be my favourite revamp of Mata Nui that I've ever seen. So heroic and so awesome. And that's that. Mata Nui is the GOAT, man. Great set, great pieces. Now, if you liked the MOCs that I showcased in today's episode, be sure to check out the links in the description below. You can see more of their work right there. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.